What is up, my fiery amigos? Welcome back to the channel for another Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Zombies Guide in 2025. And today's guide is going to be how to get the Golden Shank on Blood of the Dead. Now, for the Golden Shank, it is the final upgrade to the Spoon. As a fair reminder, this quest is very long. The reward is a one-hit melee on everything, including Brutus. That being said, there are a couple things I need to remind you guys of. The first thing being the shield. The shield is going to be utilized during this. We will need a total of 6 shock charges. For the second one, we are going to be utilizing 5 of the 7 side quests. 6 technically, but the 6th one is for your safety. So I will go over those when we get there. Now, before we start this, I want to go over a small class with you guys. Perk-wise, there are only 2 recommended. That'll be Time Slip and Ethereal Razor. Time Slip is for one particular step, and Ethereal Razor is just, or in general, for melee kills. The other 2 slots are whatever you want. For Ethereal Razor, it's recommended to put it in the modifier, but in this case, I'm putting Victorious Tortoise in the modifier for its modifier ability. And then the second perk could be either A, Dying Wish for the upgraded melee damage when in Dying Wish mode, B, a defensive perk as in Winter's Wail or Quick Revive, or C, Stamina Up, so you can move around the place. Another thing would be for the Path of Sorrows. The Path of Sorrows is good for mobility, and if we get up to the level 3 at some point, which we should, because we're going into high rounds for this Easter egg, the level 3 ability comes in clutch for one of the steps. That being said, I'm going to split this side Easter egg into groups. I'm going to start off with the Spoon, then we're going to go on to each Easter egg. In each Easter egg upgrade, I'm going to list what side Easter eggs we'll be utilizing for the set upgrade when we get there. As for the second thing to note, do them as you are playing throughout the entire match. All the side Easter eggs required. It's better to do them while you're doing the match while waiting for rounds rather than do them when you need them. Because, for instance, we need the Hell's Redeemer. That requires a dog round for the last part of the quest. If you don't do it soon, like in the early stages of the game, instead of waiting for a round on dog round on round 9 through 11, you're going to be waiting for a dog round between 15 and 17. That's not good. Okay? So just do the side quests as you go. As a side note, for any side Easter egg I do, if you don't know how to do it, I will leave a link in the description for you guys. Now, to start off this quest, of course, we need the Spoon. To start the quest, we need to go into the Warden's office with the Tonic perk. And if you face the Tonic perk, then do a full 180, you're going to notice the 2 pillars, and then the wall behind the 2 pillars has slips of paper. When you pull out your shield and look through the spectral vision on the shield, you're going to notice a number code. The code the papers gave me in my game was the numbers 749 from left to right. You need to read it like that. Once we have this number, we need to take it all the way down to the Citadel tunnels, and then we need to unlock this cage that's been locked by the Brute's key. Or by the Warden, I should say, using the Brute's key. Once we have this unlocked, we need to utilize a shield blast to activate the number panel. Interacting with all 3 numbers, we'll flip the number each time, giving us 749. Once this happens, I didn't show it unfortunately, but the elevator to the left of you will start to fall. But because it falls so fast, the pressure of gravity snaps the chain, and then whatever was in the elevator is going to float into the water. In this case, it is our Spoon. So what we need to do now is go outside to the docks and look for this shock meter here. Do the same thing, utilize a shield blast, and then a crane with a net will rise up from the water and go all the way over to where you can see it. Once it stops above this crate here, you need to throw your Hell's Retriever at the hand in order for the hand to drop out of the net. Once we have that out of the net, you can pick up the Spoon. Once we have the Magma Gat and the Spoon, we need to take the Spoon up to the infirmary. You need to go to this bathtub here in the infirmary and place the Spoon in the bathtub. What we need to do now is go onto the roof with the Magma Gat and just get kills on top of the roof. It has to be the Magma Gat specifically. If it's anything else, it will not work. What's going to happen is when the zombies die to the Magma Gat, they'll just explode or poof, as Nikolai likes to say, and then their blood will seep into the floors of the roof. And what happens is when they seep into the floor, the drain pipes will have it seep above the bathtub until the bathtub starts filling up totally with water. I don't know the exact number of kills. I just know that it takes at least 1 to 2 rounds if you're doing this as early as possible, as I did. But when the bathtub is completely full, there will be a character quote sometimes, and then you'll be able to interact with the bathtub. But when you drain the bathtub water by interacting with it, your spoon will not be there. The spoon has now been sucked into the plumage, and it'll go straight to the water tower. So we need to shoot the water tower down. For the water tower, there are a total of 4 braces that need to be shot off. This can be packed or unpacked weaponry. The problem is the one in the way back of the water tower has the most jank hitbox, so you just gotta bear with that one. But the places you can see these from are the roof and then the catwalk. I like to start with the roof. This one, the one in the front is the only place you can see this one from. You can also shoot the one in the back here. I chose to shoot this one from the recreational yard. It's very hard. It's like threading a needle. It really was threading a needle. Anyway, so when I rotated towards the catwalk, you can see the 3rd one right here. And then when I'm at the center pillar, you can see the 4th one right here. You'll start to hear a lot of creaking noises, and then the water tower will start to fall, but only fall partly and spill all the blood that was in the water tower. When the water tower spillage animation is done, you can throw your Hell's Retriever down into the crevices at the base of the water tower to pick up the Golden Spork. Now, we're upgrade 3. We are going to need the Hell's Redeemer at this point. Also for this point, you will need the upgraded shield. There are a few instances where we're going to need another shield charge. One is for the Hell's Redeemer if you haven't gotten it yet. A second one will be used for one of the steps. A third one will be used for another one of the steps. And then a 4th one will be for Pack Punch if you haven't opened it yet. The first part of the 3rd upgrade is going to be just getting kills with the Golden Spork. It is 100 kills. Luckily, it is not all in one sitting. Let me repeat that. You do not have to get all of these kills in one sitting. The goal is just to get 100 melee kills total. If you need to stop getting melee kills to run away, shoot some zombies or something, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about rushing it. When you've gotten all 100 kills, you are going to hear this noise. When you hear that noise, you need to go into the area right here in the new industries tunnel next to the buildable table and the shock box, and place a spoon in here. You will no longer have your Golden Spork. Once you have the kills for it, you're now going to need the Hell's Redeemer. There are a total of 3 stones that can only be acquired by the Hell's Redeemer. And no, this cannot be acquired before doing the melee kills. Keep that in mind. The first rock that we need to acquire is going to be close to the mob of the dead spawn. It's going to be in this barricade here. You're going to see it lying on the floor there. But the second location is going to be at the Warren's house. You're going to see it right here sitting on the gutter. And then for the 3rd one, we will need a shield charge for this one. It's going to be the crane again. When the crane lifts all the way above the crate, you're going to see the blue rock just hanging in the net. You need to grab that with the Hell's Redeemer. Now that we have all 3, each of these stones can place at one of the 3 traps. The blue rock is going to go at the blade trap. The green rock is going to go on this shower grate and the acid trap. And then finally, the red rock is going to go in between these 2 pieces of metal for the rotary trap in the new industries building, if I could say that right. Now, here is the tough part. Trap kills. You are going to need 100 trap kills per trap in order to cleanse these stones. Each of these stones is holding a gem, and they are big soul boxes, and the only way to cleanse them is with trap kills. There isn't a specific order to do these traps in. It's whatever trap order you want to. I'm going to start with the blade trap. For the blade trap, it is the hardest out of the 3 to get trap kills with. Because if you think about it this way, the only way underneath this blade trap is A, crawling under, or B, using anti-entrapment, or C, wasting dying wish on that just to get the kills. It's not going to help you. So what I'd like to do for this one, I like to train in the area just outside the warden's house. It's very tricky, but as long as you have your shield out with Victoria's Tortoise, you should be good. Just be patient with the pacing of the train. I like to do crescent moons out here. You actually have a lot more wiggle room due to the zombie pathing than you think. Your goal is to train the zombies until you see no more zombies coming out of the area with the tonic perk. Once that happens, go back in. There will be like 1 or 2 stragglers that like to come from close to the tonic perk and behind the doorway for whatever reason. But once you're through, then you need to go through the trap and activate it on the side closest to the stairwell, not Eagle Plaza. This is very important. That way you can just kill the zombies that are coming through and you don't have to wait for zombies to like run through it, if you will. Also with this, if you want to, you could shoot a shot of the Magma Gat into the blade. That way they're attracted to the traps in a sense, so they won't be targeting you. It's a very tedious process. This is definitely the longest trap to get kills with, so just be patient with it. But when the trap kills are finished, you're going to hear this noise. And see a gem appear on the floor. There will also be a character quote. I didn't get one for Richtofen this time because I was fighting for my life and ran, but you can always come back for these gems whenever you need to. Now for the second one, I did the rotary one in the New Industries building. This is very important to do this one second or first. And now for this one, you could train in the New Industries building. Having time slip in here is really good. The only issue I have with this one is that the rotary trap is a monkey bomb trap. My problem lies in the fact that these zombies will not be attracted to it from time to time. So I wouldn't stand in this corner here, like to the right of me, because then the zombies just latch onto you and not the trap for no reason. Stand to the left or the right of this pole here, and you should be fine. Again, you hear the noise. Go ahead and pick up the stone. And then finally, you need to do the acid trap. Get 100 kills with that. Now, there are a couple benefits to this one. 1, this is the largest training area you have. It's very easy to train zombies in the cafeteria. 2, if you remember, I said utilizing the level 3 ability with the Path of Sorrows, which is an in plain sight ability. If you're in the cafeteria and then use your level 3 ability, these zombies will run right into the acid trap. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Number 3, this trap will not kill you. I mean, it will if you stay in it, but you can run through the trap without killing you. Every time it takes away your health, it takes away 70 health. And it's at a very slow progression, so it'll be 70, 70, 70, 70, 70, like that kind of pace. If you know that trick, you can easily train zombies around, make sure you get the full health, and then run through the trap again in order to get the kills. Then once you hear that noise, get the quote, and pick up the gem, you can then do the final step of this upgrade. As a reminder, this next step will not work until you picked up all 3 gems from all 3 traps. Make sure they are picked up before getting this last part. For the last part of this upgrade, it's going to be a golden nugget. The only way to get this golden nugget is to go through the fast travel in the cafeteria to the New Industries, not the other way around. Once you exit the fast travel for the New Industries, you have about 5 to 6 seconds to turn around and look into the grate of the fast travel here. You're going to notice a golden nugget here outlined in blue. Throw your Hell's Redeemer at it, and then the nugget will then pop out. It won't disappear, it's just going to hop to the other half of the tunnel. Once you have the golden nugget picked up, you can take your 3 gems plus the nugget and place it in the forge press. The ghosts will do their thing like they did for the Magma Gat, and then once they're done, you can pick up the golden knife. For this upgrade, we are going to absolutely need a full shield. Do not be like me and only have a half shield. I would recommend a full shield, and at least 1 more shield charge. For the first step of this side, the last upgrade, we need to put our golden knife back where we put our golden spork. The hand that rose up earlier to give us the golden spork, or take away our golden spork, I should say, will take away our weapon once again. But this time, when this happens, there will be a knife stuck to the middle of the sign in the central pillar of the catwalk. On this knife is a number. The number does not matter. It's more of a lore thing, but what we need is a brute. So if you're on a round that spawns brute, great. If not, we can always type one in with 666. That's what the final shield charge is for. So that's what I did. And like a dummy, I had a half shield going into this. But my trick was, shield bash the brute in order to knock him down with Victorious Taurus. It works, and I got the melees in, but the problem is my shield broke pretty early. So the trick didn't work very well, and then I kept meleeing this brute. The only way this step is going to work is if we melee the brute to kill him. We need to kill him with a melee attack. That's how it works. Yeah, another way to stun him and bring him to his knees would be to activate your specialist weapon, but remember, you do not want to kill him with the specialist weapon. It has to be a melee attack that's offhand. When the brute does die, the slip of paper that was stuck to the knife should disappear. And that'll lead us to the final piece of the puzzle. We need to go back to the golden knife where we put it into the skeletal hand in the water, and then the hand should give us the golden shank. That was a long process, and I will post a video of that later this week of the entire process, my speedrun of it, in case you want to follow along and see what I do, so you learn some tricks about it. But that is how you get the golden shank on Blood of the Dead. I will catch you guys in the next one, and peace out.